Yo, peep this. You just clicked on Let's View It, and I'm Tyrone Cross. Welcome to my channel, so you already know. Let's view it. 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 What's up, real ones? Welcome to Let's View It, and if you know, you know. But if you don't know, then I don't know. But one thing I do know is that I always really appreciate it if after this video, if you like my style, if you like how serious I am, how professional I am, the quality of my videos, then please subscribe and help support this channel. Let's view it. Cause I don't know what's going on, but I cannot gain a subscriber. It's been at least 2 months, I'm just guessing, but at least 2 months since I gained a subscriber. And actually, I have lost a subscriber in the last 2 months. So even if I'm failing, I lose subscribers at a very slow rate. I can't gain a subscriber or lose subscribers. I'm just a big nothing going nowhere. Apparently my YouTube channel's running in a hamster wheel. But for real, I have no idea what is going on. My channel's never been this low. I don't like to do clickbait. I don't like to do gimmicks. I just want to keep it real and keep it authentic, and I want the growth of my channel to be authentic as well. But with that being said, I also want the failure to be authentic. So if YouTube is actually containing my channel and not putting it out there as they should, that's really messed up. But know this, YouTube, I'm not gonna quit. So you might as well quit. And that's what I'm gonna do right now with all my venting so I can get into this video and this next topic. Now some of my viewers might remember I did a Candace Owens video where she's pregnant and she's tearing up the woke community and the hoe community. But this time I found a video clip where Candace Owens is backed into a corner and she needs someone to have her back. So who better than me? I'll get her 6, and if she's on military time, I'll get her 12. So let's watch this mess she's in, and then I'm gonna clean it up for her. So you already know. Let's view it.
Hi, I'm wondering, there are dozens of words for two-spirited people, people that would now be considered LGBTQ or trans people in the native languages. So I'd like to know how, as these people have existed for thousands of years before you were alive or anyone else in this room was alive, and before anyone even colonized America. If trans people were around then, I'm just wondering why you think it is that trans people are only here now because the media is telling people these things.
Well, do you think it's weird that I graduated with 0 trans people? Do you think, what do you think has contributed to the explosion of transgender people from the time that I was in high school? I'll ask you a question back. If this was just a natural thing, and I don't know what you're talking about with two-spirit people, is this like a Native American tribe, like high, smoking, and talking about your spirit? I'm asking you seriously, because when I think of Native American tribes talking about their spirits, I know that they used to smoke a lot, they used to do drugs, they also were cannibals who used to eat people, so I don't know if we should be taking our cues from cannibals. But
I think
can you
that's
explain
kind
to me
of
what
ridiculous.
two-spirit is in the history?
There are people that would now be considered trans people, people that did not feel that they fit
What
the
part,
binary
though?
gender.
Native Americans? I'm asking you.
Yes, I'm telling you that not only in one Native American tribe, but in multiple tribes, there were dozens of terms that referred to people that would now be considered trans, and that was hundreds of years ago. So I'm just wondering why you think that people are only trans now because the media is telling them to be.
Well, I told you, because of the proliferation. So you can't just go from having 0% to suddenly 25%
Right, but what
of
I'm
people.
saying is that these people were around for thousands of years.
Well, what you're saying is that some Native American tribes had people that would be considered trans today,
People that
something that we
were
can't fact
trans.
check because they're dead.
It's
right?
historical knowledge.
It's historical
documented.
knowledge that there were trans Native Americans.
Yes.
I really don't think that's historical knowledge. But here's what
should look
I'll
it up
answer.
then.
I don't think that there were
Well, I'm telling
trans
you that
Native
there
Americans.
were, so if you could educate yourself a little more, you would know that.
Okay.
As well.
I will educate myself.
Now let me break down how TikTok works. You see, this guy on the right here put this video clip out on TikTok. And this video will go out to a bunch of people who agree with what this girl is saying. And then when you read the comments, you hear things like, well said. You'll see clappy hands. All this stuff because the videos keep going out to people who agree with him. The only reason why they come on my TikTok is because I look for them and then I comment on them, which make more videos come to me. But they're not intended for me. TikTok videos like this are filtered and are supposed to stay with the same like-minded people. Sometimes you'll even see TikTok videos that say, my TikTok video of such and such got on the wrong side of TikTok, so can you please comment on it so it can come back to the right side? TikTok is crazy like that. So this guy who puts out this video obviously agrees with the message that this lady is saying to Candace Owens, and that's why he immediately covers his face when Candace Owens starts speaking, even though he doesn't realize the girl talking to Candace Owens is completely wrong. He just cares that he wants to agree with her, and he knows the TikTok community that this video is for is going to instantly agree with him. So it doesn't matter if he looks stupid. But then I come along and put him on blast on YouTube, so now it kind of matters, at least to 33 viewers. So now let me get to defending Candace Owens. In all fairness, Candace Owens was put on the spot. She was asked a question about something she didn't really know about. Just because she knows about transgenderism doesn't mean she knows about all of history and all the changes that are being made. So she was hit with an odd, uncommon question, something she never researched, and apparently something this girl that's making the claim never researched, and even more apparent, something the guy that made this video to put it out on TikTok never researched. So I'm here to save the day. So let me get to saving it. So this girl basically hit Candace Owens with a question saying, if you think the media is the reason why transgenders exist, can you explain to me why for thousands of years Native Americans have been calling themselves two-spirited? And Candace Owens has never heard of this, so she didn't know what to say. Now, why she can't just bust out her phone, Google something real quick to have a response, I don't know. Maybe she thinks it's not a good look while she's trying to debate with people. But me, myself, I would have been like, hold up, let me look up what you're talking about, and then maybe I'll have a response. So guess what I'm going to do right here in front of you guys? Look it up. Now remember, the girl's claim was Native Americans have been calling themselves two-spirited for thousands of years. So why does Candace Owens think that transgenders are now being made just because of media? So let's go to trusty Google and look up, what does two-spirit mean? Now right away, I can see there is no dictionary definition of it. So that's a red flag already. You can find a Wikipedia definition. If you click on it, it says right here, two-spirited, also known as two-spirit or occasionally two-spirited, is a modern. Remember, she said for thousands of years, Native Americans have been calling themselves this. But right here it says modern. Pan-Indian umbrella term used by some indigenous North Americans to describe native people in their communities who fulfill a traditional third gender or other gender variant. So just that easy, right away, nothing says for thousands of years, it says modern. Now let's go down here and read the etymology. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but I think it means like the history of how the word became. The neologism, I don't know how to read that word. So let's see what it means. In linguistics, a neologism is any relative recent and isolated term, word, or phrase that nevertheless has achieved popular or institutional recognition and is becoming accepted into mainstream language. Most definitively, a word can be considered neologism once it is published in a dictionary. So anyways, the neologism two-spirit was developed over a series of 5 conferences concluding in 1990 at the 3rd Annual Intertribal Native American First Nations Gay and Lesbian American Conference in Winnipeg. Bottom line is, it's not thousands of years old, it's a modern term, And if Candace Owens knew that, she could have just said that, and the whole discussion would have been dropped. But since nobody knows what they're talking about in that situation, and all you had was somebody trying to have an opinion and prove a point and just repeated something that she probably heard from another person that wants to have an opinion and prove a point, and nobody stops to actually look it up just because they're all on the same side with the same agenda, that's retarded. And now you got this guy looking stupid, putting out TikToks, covering his face when Candace Owens talks because she can't respond to somebody giving wrong information. And honestly, I don't get, if you care about something so much that you're willing to go to a conference, stand up, get a microphone so that everyone can hear you, shouldn't you at least speak the correct information? And just to throw a cherry on top of all this, didn't Matt Walsh go out to Africa and none of them even knew what a transgender was? They couldn't wrap their mind around a man thinking they're a woman or a woman thinking that they're a real man. And also, there's been TikToks of a black transgender woman walking through Africa and everybody there looks at him like a freak show. They don't get it. So to say these extreme claims that transgenders have been around forever, then why is anybody shocked ever in the whole wide world? But also, in all fairness, at some point, someone had to be the first transgender, so there's no way that there always was transgenders. But also to say that you feel like a different sex or gender when sex and gender don't have feelings, there are no tangible feelings to your sex. So for you to get the idea that you actually can feel it had to be imagined, had to be invented. It's not there. When something's not there and someone convinced you that it is there, that means it's created. But bottom line is, this lady doesn't know what she's talking about. And unfortunately, Candace Owens didn't know this type of information. So she did look bad. I gotta say, she did look a little bit shooken, like she didn't know how to navigate that conversation. But she simply just had to ask her more questions, like, where did you get that information from? But now that you know that two-spirited is actually a modern new term, not a term that Native Americans have been using for thousands and thousands of years, all I need you guys to do is comment below. Tell me what you think. Why is it that transgenders and transgender supporters never know their own information? Or do you think Candace Owens should have just threw the mic at her? But while you're telling me your thoughts, I'm also going to need you to hit that bell like the hunchback. Also click that hit checker button and subscribe with me. And I'll see you on the next trip.
Day and night. Keep it real. Keep it real. Keep it real. All my life. Keep it real. Keep it real. Keep it real. Can't help I. Keep it real. Keep it real. Keep it real. That's why I. Keep it real. Keep it real. Keep it real.